What if I told you one of the most dream jobs in the world could quietly burn you out faster than almost anything else? High salary, private jets, access to billionaires. But if you watch this video until the end, you'll understand the hidden reality behind this role and why only a few people can actually survive it. Most people see the highlight reel, flying across countries, sitting in luxury meetings, being around powerful people, but they don't see what happens behind the scenes. And today, you will. Because this isn't a fantasy. This is what a real day looks like working as a billionaire's assistant. Let's start from the very beginning. 6 a.m. You don't wake up with an alarm. You wake up because your phone is already buzzing. Emails, messages, changes. Your boss might be in a completely different time zone, and the moment they're awake, you're working. Before you even get out of bed, you check your phone. Not because you want to, because you have to. And here's the first reality most people don't expect. You don't control your time anymore. Your time belongs to someone else. 6:15 a.m. 17 unread emails. A meeting moved. A flight needs to change. An urgent request just came in. And urgent doesn't mean today. It means now. You have 10 minutes. And here's the pressure. You can't say no. You can't delay. You just execute. Fast. 7:30 a.m. You're at your laptop, calendar open, but the calendar is chaos. Nothing is fixed. A call appears out of nowhere. A meeting disappears seconds before it starts. And you are responsible for fixing everything. Instantly. No hesitation, no mistakes. And here's something interesting. Psychologists call this cognitive load, when your brain is constantly switching between tasks under pressure without breaks. Over time, it drains you, not physically, mentally. And that's exactly what this job demands. Constant switching, constant decisions, constant pressure. And here's the most surprising thing. It's only getting started. 8:45 a.m. A message comes in. We need to be in New York tonight. No plan, no preparation, just a decision. And now it becomes your reality. You have to book a private jet, arrange accommodation, rebuild the entire schedule within hours. This is not a task. This is a test of speed, of precision, of how well you can think under pressure. 10:30 a.m. You're talking to 3 people at once, a CEO, a banker, a hotel manager. Different priorities, different expectations, all urgent. And suddenly your role changes. You're not just an assistant, you're a bridge, a problem solver, a decision enabler. And here's what nobody tells you. Sometimes the decisions you support involve millions of dollars, and you are right in the middle of it. 12 p.m. You might be eating, or maybe not, because your phone could ring at any second. And if you miss that call, you might miss something critical. So you stay alert, even when you're tired, even when you're hungry, because the cost of missing something is too high. 2 p.m. This is where things get intense. Schedules start overlapping. One meeting runs over, another gets delayed. Everything starts shifting, and you're the one holding it all together. Think of it like spinning plates. One falls, everything collapses. And here's where mental resilience becomes everything. Because it's not just about working hard. It's about staying calm when everything around you is unstable. 4:30 p.m. Something goes wrong. The flight is delayed. Your boss doesn't accept that. And now the pressure doubles. You have to fix it, fast. No excuses, no explanations, just results. And this is where most people break. Because in normal jobs, delays happen. In this world, delays are unacceptable. 6 p.m. You think your workday is ending. It's not. This is just the halfway point. And if that sounds crazy, that's because it is. 8:30 p.m. You're still working. Emails keep coming. Messages don't stop. Your energy is low, but the expectations stay high. And here's the reality. Fatigue doesn't reduce responsibility. You still have to perform at the same level. 11:45 p.m. You finally lie down. You think, okay, now I can rest. But deep down, you know something. You're not really off. You're just waiting. 3:07 a.m. Your phone vibrates. A message. Change tomorrow's schedule. Urgent. You open your eyes, take a breath, and start again. And this is the part nobody talks about. There is no real work-life balance. You are always on call, always available, always responsible. And the margin for error is almost zero, because at this level, mistakes are expensive, not just financially, but reputationally. So now you might be thinking, why would anyone choose this life? And that's a fair question, because despite everything, people still choose this job. And here's why. Access. You work directly with people operating at the highest level. You see how they think, how they make decisions, how they identify opportunities others miss. And that kind of exposure is rare. You also build a network most people will never have. You enter rooms most people will never see. And over time, you don't just observe success, you start to understand it, and maybe even replicate it. Because proximity changes perspective. And here's the truth. If you can handle the pressure, if you can survive long enough, this job can completely change your life. But only if you're built for it. Because this is not a glamorous job, it's a demanding one. It requires discipline, speed, and near-perfect execution. So now I want to ask you something. Could you handle a life where you're always on call, where your time isn't really yours, where one mistake could cost everything? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this perspective valuable, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who thinks success is always glamorous. Because sometimes the closer you get to the top, the more pressure you feel. And in the next video, you'll discover the biggest myth about working with successful people and why being close to success doesn't always mean becoming successful yourself.